Hello everybody, thanks for joining. Welcome back to my channel. We will continue from the detective talking about his theory. In the first square, he starts to say if, 如果, if. He's thinking about something and he will explain it now. 你不用动手动脚，只要有想着别人运次第的念头，就可以杀人运无性的能力。你会怎么办？ This is the sentence. 你不用 you don't have to or you don't need to. 你 you 不 not to or don't. 用 to need or to use. Then we have an expression. If we translate it word by word, it means move hand, move foot. Now the dictionary gives me the translation to get fresh with someone or to flirt with someone or to get involved. So he wants to say without the need to get fresh or to get physical, I think. To get physical with someone, 只要有想着别人运此地的念头。念头 is the thought or the intention. It started from the last two signs. The first two are 只要 if only, 有 there is thinking 想 or wishing, and then we have 只. I think 只 we had in the last episode as well. You can check it out. Here it has another meaning. It means as verb to cause, to achieve, or to send. The best translation here would be to cause. 别人 other people. 运 it's a grammar. 此地 is the death trap. The explaining something. And then again the intention or the thought. And then the sentence continues. 就 this is again a grammar. 可以 being able or can. 杀人 to kill people. 无形 this means invisible. Sometimes it can also mean virtually or even unconscious. I think virtually is the best translation here. 的能力 is the capability. 你会怎么办? What would you do? So now we understand what he wants to say. If without provoking, only by thinking the thought of setting a death trap, you would be able to kill in a virtual way other people. What would you do? So he's getting pretty close with his theory, and the other one is frightened. Now this one here, we have two kind of readings possible. The more common one is 吓, to be frightened or to be scared or intimidated. This could be, of course, a possibility, but we have it also as an interjection, like 呵. This is like 呵, like showing disapproval or surprise. Like, huh, what? You know, like this. 不会的. 不会的, that's not a possible thing, not possible. 怎么可能有这样的人? 怎么? How? This is the second time we have 怎么 in this dialogue. We had it here before. 怎么办? What would you do? And here we have another example of 怎么可能? How can it be? 有 to exist, 这样 that kind, the ren, the grammar again, ren people. So he's like, haha, right? Like in disbelief. How can there be such kind of people? It's not possible. And he says, 所以我在说如果所以 that's why 我在 在 can mean again. It has other meanings too. This is why I say again if or the verb 说 to say or to speak. And the other guy goes 是 yes 要是我有的话我首先会将我的眼中钉全部查个清光 This is the next sentence. 要是 again another form to say a conditional sentence. If 我有的话 the 话 is a nice pattern. It is if we say, how do we say it in English? If it would be me, de hua, it's like you say 要是, and then your statement, de hua, if you have time, or if it would be me, or if something something, you say de hua, and then you say the conditional sentence. So if it were me having it, I 我首先 first of all or firstly 会讲 will, this is again this future grammar, 我的. If we have 我的, it means my, it's possession, 我的. And then we have three symbols. It means, if we translate it word by word, eye, middle, needle. So a needle in the eye. The translation for English is a thorn in one's flesh. So your enemy or something that is a thorn in your flesh. Not in your eye, but in your flesh, you say in English. It's interesting because in German you say a middle of both. You say a thorn in your eye. It's a combination of both. 全部 all 杀个清官. This guan is interesting. It's a little hard to understand. This guan, if you say the last sign here, guang, guang has many meanings, but guang means all gone or used up. It has other meanings, like the most common one is light or bright or good, glory, stuff like that. But it can also mean to be all gone. So in this combination, 杀个清官, I think it means. I didn't find a translation, but I'm 99% sure it means to kill them all, till they're all gone, so to speak. And he's like, and then 这就是昌光阁下对包银行事件做出的推理，检测难以执行。这就 it's like immediately or at once or just that, it can also mean. So that is 长官 means senior officer. So you can see he doesn't say you, but he addresses his colleague with his higher rank. And then we have Gersha. Gersha means his, her, or your excellence. So I think he's super respectful by saying that. So he's talking about a person with a higher rank. 对包银行事件 against the case from the treasure bank, 包 treasure. 做出 this is the verb of the sentence. 做出 means to put out or to come up with or even to make a choice. In this case, I would say to come up with or to put on the table, to speak up for a theory. 推理 is the conclusion or the reasoning. 简直 simply or at all. 难以执行 nan means hard, and then altogether it means it's just so hard to believe. So that is the theory that the senior officer, or you, as we would say in English, has thought out against this affair in the bank. It's just so hard to believe. 之后就是将怀疑会对自己不利的外人察管. Here we have again 察管. 之后 afterwards 就是将 again future, and then we have the important first vocabulary we didn't have before, I think, or only once. 怀疑 it's a doubt or suspicion. 会对自己不利的外人察管 I think it means there is the suspicion or the doubt. 自己不利自己 means oneself, and 不利 is harmful, and 外人 means people from outside, so who are not inside the family, the circle, even foreigner, you can also hear that sometimes, but it means people from outside. So altogether, I think he wants to say there was a doubt. After all, those who harmed themselves could be killers. I think this is what they want to say. So after all, there is a doubt or suspicion that those harming or self-harming could be the killers after all. I hope it makes sense. If you agree with that, please let me know. If you don't agree, please also let me know. I would love to have some feedback on this sentence because it is a little hard. 随后要是出现了有谁怀疑他杀了人的人，也一样的将之清除。随后 at last, finally, 要是 again if 出现 something comes up or something develops. 有谁 shay means who, but it can also mean someone. If there's someone having suspicion or would be doubtful against a person that kills people, yeah, also the same, young, same, will be killed. 清除 clear away or get rid of. If someone would appear and having a doubt against a person killing other persons, then he would be get rid of the same way. 总之，我觉得探员们都有被杀的可能。总之 speaking in general or for summing this thing up, 我觉得 I think 探员 detective investigators or agents men, many of them. Men is always making a plural out of one person. Do all, yo bay. Bay we had, I think, in the first or second lesson. It's a passive, so got killed. The kanong. Kanong is again the possibility. So he wants to say, I'm just saying that I think there's the possibility of those detectives investigating being also killed. 说的没错。说 speaking. The is a super important grammar. It's describing how something is done. I just can remember how many hours and weeks we were sitting there learning this kind of grammar and we never got it. But now we understood, and so I'm trying to pass it on to you. So 说 to speak. 没错 means not wrong. So he speaks, or what he says is not wrong. He speaks correctly. He speaks not wrongly. And I want to make another two bubbles maybe because I want to. So 长官 senior detective 要是我有那样的能力要是 again if 我有 I have 那样 that kind 的能力 capability. If I would have this capability 将心地不好的坏人都杀死，只留下心的好的，创造一个没有争斗的和平世界。将 future 心地 person's mind or character 不好 not good how is good 不好 not good 的坏人 bad people 都杀死 all kill all killing everyone. So I would kill the bad people with a bad character. 只留下只 only 留下 to leave behind 心地好的心地 character 好的 good. So those with a good character. 创造 means to create or to build. 一个 one 没有 not existing. 争斗 conflict or fight. 的和平 peaceful. 世界 world. So he would only leave the good ones living, leave the good ones behind, and create a peaceful world with no fighting. He sounds cray-cray, but okay. Then the older one says 什么不过这样一来不过 but that way 这样一来 means on the one hand or firstly 恐怕会有一大半的人类要 and then we have 牺牲恐怕 is to be afraid, but as in English we can say I'm afraid that, so talking about a conditional thing. I'm afraid this one would lead to Hoi, yo, to have, I da ban, a big half. Da, big, ban is the half. The Renle. Renle is a kind of people, but it can also mean mankind, human race, humanity, mankind. So it would leave a big half of the mankind, Yao, a future aspect, and then we have Shishong, sacrifice. So, but that way, I am afraid there would be the big part of humankind getting sacrificed, and he leaves, and that's it. Okay, great. So, question for you. Maybe if you want to answer it, what would you think about this kind of power? I mean, we're talking about language and we're learning language together, but I would like your opinion. If you would have the capability, what would you do? So maybe you can leave that in the comments below, or maybe even some grammar advice or translation advice. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next week. Bye bye.